the accent has come out to play. Ish, I beg. Let me not go on disgrace myself. What up, guys and girls? Welcome back to my channel. Welcome to my new viewers. Go ahead and click on that subscribe button and turn on your notifications. That way you will be the first to know every time I upload a video, which I do every Tuesdays. And as you can tell from the title of this video, we are going there today. Now, I got inspired to make this video after seeing a fellow YouTuber's Nigerian tag right here on YouTube. Her name is Maha Maven, and her tag was so funny and so entertaining. And I figured I'll do one myself because, quite frankly, there aren't enough Cameroonian tags right here on YouTube. So I figured I'll rep Cameroon. Also, what better time to do a Cameroonian tag than the day after Martin Luther King Day, which to me is the unofficial start of Black History Month. Again, I'm going to give you some context before I proceed with the video. Now, when people ask me what part of Africa I come from, I always say Cameroon because that is, after all, where I was born, and it's where I grew up before I came to the US at the age 13. However, as I've mentioned in one of my other videos, Christmas by Culture, which I will link down for you guys down below if you're interested in checking that out, I don't speak any of the ethnic languages, of which there are over 200. I do speak Ewe, which is a language spoken in southeastern Ghana, which is what my grandmother on my dad's side, God rest her soul, used to speak to my brother and I. And I use the term speak very loosely here. I do understand Ewe very well, but if someone were to speak to me in Ewe, I'm more likely to respond in English. Now, this has nothing to do with me being Americanized. I always sucked at speaking that language, even when I was younger, because we never learned it in school. Whereas with English and French, we learned those in school. Now, I spoke English with my parents, my teachers, and my classmates. French, on the other hand, I spoke in the neighborhood with the neighborhood kids. Now, for all intents and purposes, this is a Cameroonian tag. However, do not be surprised if some Ghanaian material sneaks its way into this video. Both cultures are a part of me, and I do not want to separate them. With that being said, let's jump right in. Now, my full name is Yaira Adezi Hiame, and it's not a Cameroonian name. The name is from Ghana. Now, my first name, Yaira, and I can already see my uncle just cringing as he watches this video because he's gonna say I'm mispronouncing my own name, but that means blessing in Ewe. Now, my middle name, Adezi, or Adezi if you want to be all Americanized, is my grandmother on my mother's side's name. And my last name, Hiame, but I always tell people it's pronounced Jaime, like Jamie in Spanish. We can skip over the meaning of that name. None that I've watched lately. However, I am obsessed with this Ghanaian movie called American Boy. That movie, my brother and I have watched it over 4 or 5 times, and we can quote like most things in that movie. It's so funny. Where to begin with this? I mean, there are so many, from Jean-Pierre Sommeil to Petit Pays to Papillon, and the videos are bad quality because they came out in the early 1990s. However, like, the music is jamming. Fun fact, Shakira's Waka Waka, which came out in 2010 for the World Cup, was actually sampled from a Cameroonian song called Zangalewa from the group Zangalewa, and this song came out in 1986, which was like a year before I was born. So the moment I heard Shakira's song, I knew right away that she'd sampled it. Michael Jackson's Wanna Be Starting Something, the part where he goes, Momse, Momsa, Makossa, that was actually sampled from a Cameroonian artist called Manu Dibango from his song Soul Makossa. And while we're on this topic of songs and music, much like the US, which has a variety of music, from hip-hop and R&B to country rock and indie, Cameroon also has a wide variety of music. We also have Makossa, Bikutsi, Bensikin, Asiko. We also listen to Kwasa Kwasa and Sukus, but that's more from the Congo area. And of course, we also listen to hip-hop and R&B and a lot of American music. But to answer the question, my recent favorite song, well, it's not so recent, it came out in 2012, but it's recent to me, is a song by Featurist. And let me just insert the video here. I mean, look at their raw talent. And yes, a lot of it is inspired by American hip-hop and R&B videos, but we have our own style to it. Next question. We could be here until tomorrow. The thing with Cameroon is like we don't have a national dish. Like for example, Jamaica has ackee and saltfish. We have a variety. But for the purposes of this video, I'm going to keep it simple and just go with jollof rice, which is almost like jambalaya, but much better and much spicier. Oh, and I like roasted fish too. And roasted plum. Geez, my mouth is just watering just thinking about these foods. So let's just move on. Last time I was in Cameroon was 2012, so about 7 years ago now. Plane tickets are not cheap. The thing is, it's not like a popular African destination like South Africa or Kenya or like Morocco. But I'm about to put Cameroon on the map, okay? Whoa, complicated much? Well, my grandfather on my mother's side is a Tone from the Beti tribe in Cameroon, while my dad's side of the family is from the Volta region in Ghana. Hey, trouble. I can already see the Ewe elders laughing at me. That's if they can figure out how to get on YouTube and watch this video. Okay, anyways, we can start with how are you doing? So, how are you doing in Ewe is Ofonwa, which the direct translation of that in English will be have you woken up, which doesn't make any sense. I can count to 10 in Ewe. Let's do that. Deka, ava, aton, ana, aton, ada, adra, eyi, shieke, awo. And that's the Americanized version of Ewe. I can also say Vafi, which is come here. Where are you going? Fika yimnele. And that's it. I'm just going to stop right here before I further embarrass myself. Let me preface this by saying that every country in this world has its good parts and its bad parts. There are things about Cameroon that I do not like, and I won't go into too much detail about it because we could be here again till tomorrow. But the thing that I really like about Cameroon, and I do miss actually, is the food. Even if I find a version of it here, it's not authentic. Just like you cannot find a Philly cheesesteak anywhere else but in Philly. People try to replicate it, but you gotta get that Philly cheesesteak in Philly. The other thing that I really like about Cameroon, and I actually really miss it, is the blatant honesty. I find myself thinking a lot before I speak here. Where I come from, if you're overweight, they tell you plain and simple, you are fat. Fat. Look at that fat woman over there. I can't say that over here. It's quote unquote politically incorrect or insensitive. Now, what I also like about Cameroon is the raw talent. Now, does that mean that everybody takes full advantage of their potential? Not necessarily, but the raw talent is there. From the music, the art, the dance, we have raw talent. Yes, at home my brother and my mom call me Nana. And I used to get so embarrassed when my mom would call me that in front of my classmates because they know me as Yaira, and now all of a sudden my mom is calling me Nana. So that's like my quote unquote house name, and then my real legal name is Yaira. Ha! What makes me different from other Cameroonians? How can you ask me that question, nah? It's just the swag. I mean, come on. Just got the swag. Philly, come here. Although, let me just mention before anyone calls me out, I don't actually live in Philly. I'm not from Philly. I'm from the outskirts of Philly, the suburbs. Because I remember one of my sorority sisters called me out on it. She was like, "You're not even from Philly, you're from Darby." I'm like, well, Darby is like 10 minutes from Southwest Philly, so what's your point? And that's all I have for you today. I certainly hope you enjoyed it. I know I had fun sharing that information with you guys, because I don't get to talk about it a whole lot. And once again, if you did enjoy the video, go ahead and give me a big thumbs up, share it, and go ahead and subscribe so you don't miss a video, which I do post every Tuesdays. Bye now.
make it rain, cause I'm a God's the best of game, Bobo.